Hi guys, on today's video I thought that I would show you how I fill in my eyebrows. How I give them a little bit of a TLC and how I fill them in and what products I use, and yeah, I thought that that would be really helpful. I've come across quite a few people that don't actually think that they can fill it in their eyebrows because they are either too dark or their hair is too light, or you know, they've dyed their hair and they've got black eyebrows but they've got blonde hair. It doesn't matter what kind of hair colour that you have, you can actually fill in your brows if you wish to. As always, this is optional. This is only a makeup step that I choose to personally do because, as you can see by my eyebrows, they are a little bit weird and they need, especially here, they need like a little bit, well, they don't need it, but I like to fill them in. So I'm going to go through step by step of what I do. I'm actually going to show you because these are not filled in or anything, so I'm actually going to show you how I do it and talk you through step by steps. So before I start, a lot of people are maybe not aware of how you actually get your eyebrow shape. This is a very simple and easy step because I'll show you how you can do it. There are maybe about 4 different ways that I can think of at the top of my head on how you can actually sort out your crazy brows, and that is, you can go, number one, you can go and get them threaded by a professional, as they say. You can go and get that done at a salon, or if you live in the UK, Superdrug has started doing that now. I'm pretty sure that Boots do it too, but I'm not sure. I've never seen I haven't actually seen the Boots. Another way you can do it is that you can go to a salon again and you can have them waxed. I personally pluck mine, so you can do that at home. Or you can have a eyebrow razor, which may sound really scary, but it isn't. This is an eyebrow razor. Let me take the lid off. That is what it looks like. It doesn't cut you or anything, so it's not super sharp, but you can just razor off, you know, bits of your eyebrows. I sometimes use this for my monobrow because if I get up close, you can actually see where the hairs here kind of like flicker up. They actually grow to like right about here, so I kind of like just like to shave them off and actually like sort them out that way. So that is another step. If you do wish to pluck your eyebrows, the best time to actually do this is when you have just gotten out of the bath or the shower, because the skin oh, excuse me, the skin around your eyebrows are going to be a lot softer, so the hairs will just glide out. Or obviously you can get a professional to do that, or if you have a sister or you live with your mum or something, you can probably have like a girly time just doing that. I personally pluck my eyebrows, and the way that I actually got my shape is quite simple. If you take a brush, any type of brush, and you can actually use like a pencil to dot on the lines if you wish to, but if you get a brush and you hold it at your nose and you point it straight up. If I'm looking like over there, it's because I'm looking in my viewfinder, in case you're wondering why I'm like looking all over the place. But yeah, if you put your thing here, make a dot on this side, then any hairs that are off this side, you will know to pluck or shave or whatever, get rid of. Another one is holding it to the side of your lower lash line and connecting it to your nose where you just held the pencil up, and then dot on this side, and that's where you will get the full length of your eyebrow. Some people's eyebrows don't naturally do this, but if you have like, if you figure that you have like a little bit of an arch so that your eyebrow kind of goes like that, but not dramatically, you can also find out where the point is supposed to be. Using the same method again, just a brush or a pencil, and if you look straight on and you put it where your, is it your pupil, the black bit, just put it on the edge of the black bit, and then obviously you dot here, and that's where your arch should be, so your eyebrow goes like that and then it comes down. My eyebrows just kind of like go like that because they are just really weird. But yeah, you can see on that one, like I've got like a little bit of an arch to opposed to that one. If you find that you are plucking them and you cannot get them the same, please do not worry. Mine are not the same. No eyebrows are identical, they are sisters, as the saying goes. So don't worry about it too much. And if you do mess it up, then there is a load of products that you can use to actually fill in your eyebrows. You can use pencils. I have two here. I have the Rimmel, is it the Rimmel? Yeah, this is the Rimmel 004, and it is in black brown, and it's got like a little brush thing on the end so you can actually comb through your eyebrows, and then it's just like a pencil. So I have that one, and then I have a MUA. This is for brunettes, and again the pencil is on that side, and then you have like a little brush thingy on this side, which I sometimes use this to brush through my brows, as you do. So yeah, you've got those, or you've got like I've got an MUA here, brow tint mascara. Now I think this is, it does say new, but it has been out for quite a while, and it does have a bit of colour in it, as you can see, and it's just like a little bit of a tiny brush that you can brush through there. Or you can use actual like eyebrow shadow thingies, me bobs. That was helpful, Liz. This is actually just a normal eyeshadow, but the brown one here, obviously, because I don't use them too. Imagine that, green eyebrows. Look like they married the Hulk. So yeah, I have this one I started to use for my eyebrows, and then I have this one, which is actually a brow kit. You have the wax and then the colour here. This one is for soft brown. So if you do go for an actual eyebrow like shadow kit thing, like I've just shown you for the Avon one, then it will say the colour of the hair, it will say the colour on the back, like there where it says like soft brown. You can see that. It will say like for blondes or for brunettes or for like black hair or whatever. You don't have to use the products here. You can shop around if you wish to. It is optional, of course. But there are so many different brands that actually do like products for eyebrows and things like that. So you don't have to necessarily get one that says eyebrows. You can use anything. You can use an eyeshadow, anything you want. I will say, for those of you that have dyed your hair, like say like if you've dyed your hair blonde and your eyebrows are still like black or brown, if you do put like a little bit of concealer onto your actual eyebrows, you will see that the colour starts to fade a little bit. Then you can put like, you know, just put like a softy brown through it or whatever. I actually did Aaron's cousin Leslie's hair, makeup when she came to stay with us, and she has actually got lighter hair colour than I have, and I ended up using this one on her, which is the actual product that I use for my eyebrows. So obviously you don't need a lot to actually do it. You can put a little bit on your brush or whatever, and then obviously like you can blend it out with a with one of them, or like the little brushes that you see that look like mascaras, I don't know what they're called, or you can just run some clear brow gel through it, which I'll talk about that in a minute, to try and like tone down the colour a little bit. So yeah, clear brow gel that I've just shown you, this is what it's supposed to look like, but that's what mine looks like because it's used. clear brow gel. Clear mascara is what I use. You can actually get clear brow gel, which will come in a little pot like that. Lots of different brands do them. Clear mascara is basically the same thing, in case you're wondering, and MUA do it for £1. So I'm gonna go and get into what I use. So as I've already said, I use this, and as you can probably guess, I use an angled brush. You can see that against my bod. The reason why I use an angled brush rather than any other brush that you can possibly use is because an angled brush actually gets into it a lot better. So yeah, that should be fun. It'd be fun trying to do it with another brush anyway. So what I do is the little white one here is the actual wax, which as you can see now I have it pan on. So I'm just going to put some of that through my eyebrows, and it's designed to stop the hair from actually moving. So I'm just going to put that through my brows. Then I'm going to take my angled brush, and I don't want to blind you by the light. Try and do it this way. Now what I normally do is I normally go crazy with this thing and do all of that, and then what you need to do is tap off any excess, because if you just do that crazily and then just like stick it onto your brows, you're going to find that you're going to draw a very, very thick brow, and not everybody likes that. So what I'm going to do, what I do first, is I normally draw this bit here. Now as you can see, it's already started to fill in, and then what I do is I just bring the excess down onto here, and then fill in my browsy browsies. Also as well, if your eyebrows do like spike up at the top, because right about here mine kind of like spike up. So if you don't like that, or if your eyebrows do that, you can trim them using, like, I don't know if you've seen them, but them scissors that kind of like go on an angle like that. Them ones are the best to actually use. Now if you've actually got like an eyebrow like comb, or one of them lash comb things, you can actually run the brush through your brows up to the top in line with the rest, and then use them to kind of like use the scissors to kind of like cut that off. I don't actually have any because I don't really mind my my spiky bits, as it says. So yeah, that's another thing that you can do. Now obviously on camera my eyebrows are going to look really, really bold. I don't actually mind this, but if you don't like really thick eyebrows or whatever, you can always cut them down. What am I saying? You can always like use less product. But really, honestly, it's just whatever works for you. If you are thinking of like filling in your eyebrows, the best thing that you can possibly do is just completely like have a mess about with it. You know, like maybe like when you've got like your friends over or something or whatever, and then just have like a complete mess about with like your eyebrows and things like that, and see just what actually works for you as opposed to what, you know, other people do. Because some people like to use the pencils, whereas I don't like to use pencils or anything. I find it a lot better with an eyeshadow. So maybe you know, you might work best with a pencil, or, you know, maybe you don't work best with anything and you just want to use like the brow tints or whatever. You know, you've got to find what works best for you. Never actually expect something to work that works on your friends, you know, that works on your friends, that's going to work on you. You know, that's not the way that it is going to work, you know. And don't just dismiss it straight away. You know, you've got to really play with it. And it's the same with any other product, really. You've just got to really have like a mess about with it and just see what works and what doesn't. And, you know, it's like a trial and error. You know, you've got to make the mistakes to learn, really. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put my clear brow gel through the lashes, through the eyebrows. Now, even though I put the wax on first, I'm just going to put like this extra little something on there to keep them in place and to stop the product that we've just applied going all over my face and looking like, you know, one of my eyebrows flown off. So I am just going to run this through here and see. This will also take any excess colour off as well. So if you do put too much on and you think, oh god, you know, I've got to get a face wipe or whatever, and just like, oh, I just went to sit back and I think I've moved the bed. Oh well. But yeah, it will take any excess off, so don't worry too much if you do put a little bit too much on and, you know, you need to take some off. So that is what I do for my eyebrows, as you can see. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to highlight the brow bone. This is going to make the brow bone stand out a little bit more, and it just looks a little bit pretty. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this eye brightener, which I actually got from Primark, I think, and it was only £1, you know. But I'm just going to put some of that just underneath my eyebrow. You can also do this with white eyeshadow, which you can probably see already because obviously I've done my face. So I'm just going to put some of this on there just to give it a little bit more highlight. And this is what I do. There we go. And then what I'm going to do now is just take my finger and then just blend that out so it doesn't look too harsh and you don't look like a crazy person walking around with like bright bits under your eyebrows, you know. And voila! That is all I do. It's easy, simple, pardon me, easy, simple, and yeah, that is great. Easy, simple, and can be done. There we go. So that is how I fill in my eyebrows. If you do want me to do any more tutorials on anything, then please leave it in the comments below. I just want to say, on a side note, I am not a makeup artist, so I will try and attempt to do whatever it is that you do request for me. And yeah, I think that is it. So I will see you in my next video. Bye!